Knicks family, what's poppin'? Is your boy. And I am here, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not feeling well at all. I'm pretty sick. I apologize for being a few minutes late, but I've had some internet issues. Apparently, well, they're doing some work around my house, some work underground with electrical units and some things like that. And for whatever reason, they made a mistake and they cut my internet line. So I had to jump on and use my mobile hotspot just to get online. They're not going to have my internet fixed until tomorrow. What can I say? What can I do? Nothing I can do about it but deal with it. Hopefully everything is coming out nice and clear for you and you can hear everything and all that good stuff. As you can hear, I got a cold. My voice is a little bit raspy. I've been sick for the past couple of days. That's the reason why I did not get on last night or yesterday, because I wasn't feeling well at all. I basically slept all day until it was game time. We did have a game yesterday. We didn't win the game, but we've seen a lot of positive things in our game. A lot of positive things. So that's good. That's good. I can tell you this. We're going to be a very, very good defensive team. Really good defensive team. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good, man. It's all good. Big shouts out to you guys, man. Hopefully you're having a good day at work. And I can help you get through the end of your day if you're approaching the end of your day. And if you're just getting to work, then hopefully I can help you get through the beginning of your work day as we break down the Knicks and the 76ers. Because tonight is a big matchup, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's a big matchup tonight as the Knicks take on the 76ers. Why is it such a big matchup? Because this is the point of the season where we really start to play some tough competition. Up until this point of the season, the Knicks have had the easiest schedule in the league and were 4-10. I'm not going to take put a whole lot into that, right? Because we had to, we've been through some things. We've had some injuries. We got to learn how to play basketball together and all that good stuff. So I'm not holding a lot into it. And as we've seen the Knicks, against some teams that are supposed to be much better than them, they usually step up. They stepped up against San Antonio the first game. They stepped up against Brooklyn. They didn't get those wins, but they stepped up and they played well and had a lead in the fourth quarter. They did get blown out by Boston once, but they also competed with Boston once and had a lead in that fourth quarter and had a chance to win. They beat Dallas twice. So the Knicks have showed up against competition. When they get blown out? Well, they got blown out against Boston. They got blown out against Sacramento. They got blown out against Cleveland. They got blown out against Chicago. All right, so they got blown out against some teams that they shouldn't have gotten blown out against. So I feel confident that they'll be able to step up tonight and play well. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for is for them to play well. Right? This is going to be, listen, we all know Fizdale and that he's slow at in-game adjustments. Let's just be real with it. He's very slow on in-game adjustments. So I'm not expecting Fizdale to make the proper adjustments for tonight's game. In-game. But we do play the 76ers in a couple of days. And what I've seen so far from Fizdale this season is that he's able to, maybe he doesn't make those adjustments mid-game, and he's going to have to start doing that. I hope that he can start doing that. But from game to game, he makes better adjustments. Him and the coaching staff, they make better adjustments. Now, I can relate. Because it is hard to make adjustments in game, during game. It's difficult. It's not easy to make adjustments during the game. All right, because so much stuff is going on. You really got to have people that can sit back, right? That can sit back and look at the game from a different point of view and then give you some adjustments that you might be able to make. So it's very hard to make in-game adjustments because the game goes so fast. Although that is part of your job as a coach is to make in-game adjustments. So we'll see if he can do it tonight. I don't know. But he has made good in-game good adjustments game to game. So tonight's game, I don't know, it's weird playing the Philadelphia 76ers because of the size that they have. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird. Emmanuel, you say he usually makes adjustments during halftime. I mean, he does make some adjustments during halftime, but I think he makes better adjustments going game to game. You have some coaches who are really, really good making adjustments at halftime. Really, really good. I'm not exactly sure that he makes the best adjustments at halftime. It seems to me like other teams make better adjustments at halftime. And, you know, I don't know, maybe he'll get better at it as time goes on and he understands the roster a little bit more. But, you know, when he goes back and he looks at film and then the next game comes about, he seems to make decent adjustments. All right. Tonight, the Knicks play the 76ers. They play them at 7 o'clock tonight. I don't like these 7 o'clock. I do and I don't. You know what I'm saying? I do and I don't. Sometimes, the game starts at 7 o'clock and you get it over early. But I like the regular time at 7:30. Anyway, the game starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Let's take a look at the projected starters for each team. For the Knicks, Coach Fizdale has already said he's going to have the same starting lineup. Frank Ntilikina, R.J. Barrett, Marcus Morris, Julius Randle, and Taj Gibson. For the Philadelphia 76ers, you got Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, and Al Horford. Then you got Joel Embiid as the starting center. You look at this lineup, man, and it's a tough lineup for the Knicks to deal with. Number one, because you got Ben Simmons out there. Ben Simmons is a 6'10" point guard. That makes him huge. So right off the bat, it gives you a mismatch in your lineup. Right off the bat. Right from Jump Street. Because Ben Simmons is 6'10" at point guard. All right, Josh Richardson, I think, is 6'5". Tobias Harris is 6'7", 6'8". Al Horford is 6'9", 6'10". Joel Embiid is like 7 foot. So right off the bat, you have some lineup issues. Because you gotta figure out who's going to defend Ben Simmons. And that right there is the problem for every team that's in the league. And, you know, we had some debate in the last episode, the last show, the last live stream as to who should guard Ben Simmons. All right, Nate seems to think it should be Frank Ntilikina. I disagree. All right, I disagree big time that to me, Frank Ntilikina guards Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is going to post up Frank Ntilikina every time down the floor. That's what I would do if I was the coach. All right, I would post up Frank Ntilikina every time down the floor. Ben Simmons is 6'10", 240 pounds. There's no way that Frank Ntilikina, R.J. Barrett is going to be able to deal with Ben Simmons in the post. Excuse me. So, in my opinion, you can't have Frank Ntilikina guarding Ben Simmons, right? So, when you look at this screen and you see the matchups that's on the screen, you know, at least position-wise, you see what's on the screen. These guys aren't going to be guarding these players, okay? So, what I would do, I would have Marcus Morris guarding Ben Simmons. All right, Marcus Morris is 6'8", Ben Simmons is 6'10". The size matchup is a little bit better. Marcus Morris is definitely stronger than Frank Ntilikina. All right, so that's the first thing that I would do. I would have Marcus Morris guarding Ben Simmons. I'd have R.J. Barrett guard Josh Richardson. I'd have Frank Ntilikina guard Tobias Harris. Now, you got Taj Gibson can guard Joel Embiid and Julius Randle can guard Al Horford. I think that makes the matchups a little bit better. Right now, what you do have to worry about is that Ben Simmons might be able to take Marcus Morris off the dribble. I get it. I understand that. And it makes a lot of sense, right? That he would be able to take Marcus Morris off the dribble. But I think, from the time that I've been watching Marcus Morris, I think he's done a good job defending guards on the perimeter when he's been forced to. Now, Ben Simmons doesn't have the same speed as a Colin Sexton. He doesn't have the same speed as those guys. So I'm not as concerned with Marcus Morris guarding Ben Simmons out on the perimeter. I think that he'll be able to do a decent job. Ben Simmons is not going to be able to post up Marcus Morris. Right now, well, I'll get into that later because there's a strategy that I like to use against Ben Simmons, and a lot of that is going to depend on who's guarding him. So at times, I would like to see Frank Ntilikina guarding Ben Simmons, but I will tell you why shortly. So once again, you got Frank Ntilikina, R.J. Barrett, Marcus Morris, Julius Randle, and Taj Gibson. Then for the 76ers, you got Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, and Joel Embiid. All right, let's move on. Look at the team comparison. At the moment, and this is wrong, the 76ers are not 4-8. The 76ers are more like 8-5. So let me go ahead and switch that up right now to make sure that we got all the right information up there. All right. Excuse me for my gaffe. So the 76ers are 8-5 on the season. The Knicks are 4-10. Both teams have a one-game win streak, if you want to call that a win streak. Both teams have a one-game win streak going on right now. All right, the Knicks just had a big win. In my opinion, it was a big win over the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team that the Philadelphia 76ers blew out just before we played them. And the Knicks won in blowout fashion, so that's a positive. We won in blowout fashion over a team that, if we expect to be somewhere around that 8th seed or contending for that 8th seed at some point during this season, we should be blowing out teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Knicks average 101.8 points per game. Their opponents average 108.9 points per game. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That 108.9 that opponents score against the Knicks, that's 13th in the league. That's the 13th best in the league. That's not bad. Now, the defensive rating is 19th, as you see down at the bottom of your screen, but that opponent's points per game, that's not bad. It can get better. It might get better, but it's not bad. The Knicks shoot 42.4% from the field, 35.8% from three. They grab 46.6 rebounds, 20.1 assists per game, and that turnover number is going down. It's going down every game. All right, they have 15.4 turnovers per game. The Knicks' offensive rating is 103. Hey, it's 28th in the league, but that's up 2 notches because they were 30th in the league. They were last in the league in offensive rating. It's gone up a couple notches since they scored 120 points against the Cavs. The Knicks' defensive rating is 110.1. That's 19th in the league. The Philadelphia 76ers, they average 109.8 points per game. Their opponents average 106.7. They shoot 47.1% from the field, 34.1% from three, 46.8%. I'm sorry, they grab 40. They average 46.8 rebounds per game. They average 26 assists. They're high on turnovers, 17.5. Right, so we might be able to take advantage of those turnovers. Right, if we take care of the basketball and take advantage of their turnovers, that could be a good recipe to compete. The 76ers, their offensive rating is 106.7. That's 19th in the league. The defensive rating is 103.6. That's 10th in the league. So they're a decent defensive team. So we're going to have to be on point taking care of the basketball. We're going to have to be on point moving the basketball. We'll talk about that in our keys. Let's look at some key matchups. The first key matchup is Ben Simmons. And you see, I don't have anybody there because it's going to depend on who Coach Fizdale has guarding Ben Simmons. All right, whoever is guarding Ben Simmons, that's That's one of the key matchups of the game. Because Ben Simmons is he is the engine for that team. He's the engine. He averages 13.7 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 7.1 assists per game, and 2.3 steals per game. Shooting 56.9% for the field. Most of that is at the cup. Going to the basket, posting up. He doesn't shoot threes. He's 0% from 3. So now we got to figure out, how do we guard him? Right? How do we guard him? We got to be smart with the way that we guard him. Right? So the key matchup with Ben Simmons is whoever is guarding him. Now, one of the things that I like to do with Ben Simmons is make him stop him from facilitating, make him become a scorer. And there's ways to do that. Okay? You can have Marcus Morris push up on him a little bit, because if Marcus Morris backs up, he's not gonna shoot. Right? If Marcus Morris backs up and gives him some space, he's not gonna shoot. He's going to facilitate. He's going to look to get everybody else involved. One of the ways is maybe have Marcus Morris push up, make him go to the cup. When he puts the ball on the floor and goes to the cup, send a double team on it his way. As soon as he hits that floor, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, that second dribble, he's making his move, and he's gathering to go up, send that double team. But we got to be smart and be able to get back out. Whoever you double teamed off of, be able to get back out to that person. You're not going to double team off of Tobias Harris because he can knock down threes. He hasn't been shooting well this season. I think like 25% from 3 or something like that. But he'll get hot and it'll change. Trust me. It'll change. You're not going to want to leave Joel Embiid, so you're not going to double with Taj Gibson or Mitchell Robinson, because Joel Embiid can knock it down from 3. Right? So you're going to have to find some other ways, some creative ways to double team if you're going to double team. But I'd like to try to make him become a scorer. Press up on him a little bit. Make him go to the basket. Send a double team. A late double team. That way, now he has to make a decision while he's in the air. Do I pass it? Do I shoot it? All right? Stop. And what that does, and although he may still pass it, it stops him from being able to sit out there with the defenders staying way back and facilitate and make the offense move. I know there's going to be some people that disagree with me. Some people are going to say, no, lay back and let him shoot. But guess what? He's not going to shoot. I don't think he's going to shoot. He's going to facilitate. All right? He's used to people stepping back off of him. Right? He knows how to operate when people step back off of him. Another way to try to make him a scorer is from time to time, put Frank Ntilikina on him from time to time. Make him go down into the post. You don't want to do it all the time because he'll begin to take advantage of Frank Ntilikina. But from time to time, put him in the post. From time to time, put Frank Ntilikina on him. Ben Simmons will go down into the post. He'll become a scorer instead of a facilitator. I'd like to keep him to four assists if I could. Much easier said than done. Much easier said than done. But that's what that's one of the keys. That's what I'd like to do. Try to do with Ben Simmons is stop him from facilitating. Stop him from getting everybody else involved. Much easier said than done, though. It's not an easy task. The guy can hoop. Then, the next key matchup. Joel Embiid, 7 foot, 249 pounds. And then you got Taj and Mitch. And you see I got Taj and Mitch up there, and I misspelled combined. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and fix that. There you go. These two guys are going to share time on Joel Embiid. All right? Taj and Mitch, they're going to share time on Joel Embiid. You're not going to be able to stop it with just one person. All right? You're not just going to say, Mitch, go ahead, you go out there and stop Joel Embiid. Because he's strong in the post and he can take it out to the perimeter. You see, he shoots 38.9% from 3. So it's got to be both of these guys working together. You know what I'm saying? Mitch is going to pick up some fouls. Taj, he can be smart. Right? But I'd like to see Fizdale use Mitchell Robinson on Joel Embiid as well. Give him different looks. Joel Embiid averages 22.9 points per game, 11.4 rebounds per game, 2.9 assists per game, 1.4 blocks per game. He shoots the ball 46.9% from the field, 38.9% from three. He can take it out to the perimeter. Right? See, that's where Taj Gibson comes in. And then, of course, the Philadelphia 76ers, they're going to, they're not just going to, whatever weakness the opposing player has, they're going to utilize, right? So with Mitch, they may, with Mitch, they can do either. They may bring him out to the perimeter. They may try to post him. But Mitch has some length that may be able to disturb Joel Embiid. Then, of course, Taj Gibson, he'll be able to cover him out on the perimeter. Mitch should be able to cover him out on the perimeter or something, too, because it's not like he's going to be super fast taking you off the dribble, at least in the past. I don't know. Maybe he's changed that. Maybe it's something he's worked on. I don't know. But usually he's not going to be super fast trying to take you off the dribble on the perimeter. It's going to be shooting jump shots. And Mitch is pretty decent at getting out on those three-point shooters. But Taj and Mitch combined average 16.5 points per game, 11.4 rebounds per game, 1.8 assists per game, and 2 blocks per game. All right, they shoot 62.3%. Excuse me, 62.3% from the field, and they really don't attempt 3-point shots. Taj can shoot it and hit it, but they usually don't attempt them. So this is going to be key to me. Seeing the way that we use Mitchell Robinson and Taj Gibson against Joel Embiid. And I'm pretty sure Coach Fizdale is going to use some zone tonight as well. Pretty sure he will, especially with a guy like Ben Simmons who does not shoot threes. That's one way that you can, it is one way that you can try to nullify him from being a distributor, right? Because when you use a zone, it cuts off some of your, cutters and slashers to the basket, right? Which is going to be good from negating or nullifying Ben Simmons as a distributor and a facilitator. Okay? I would use some zone tonight. For the simple fact that Ben Simmons is not a shooter. Joel Embiid is shooting well from the three-point line. But your homeboy there, Tobias Harris, he's not shooting well from the three-point line. So that's something that I would do. So let's get to my keys to the game. All right, the first key to the game, ladies and gentlemen, is it's time to step up. All right, how is that a key to the game? Well, because the Knicks need to come out with that urgency, knowing that, okay, they're in the big leagues now. We've had the easiest schedule in the league so far. We're 4-10. Now we're coming into a stretch of the season where we may have the toughest schedule. Now, of course, some of those teams aren't playing as well. San Antonio, Golden State, Portland. But it's time for the Knicks to step up and be able to play this schedule, right? And be focused and ready to play this tough schedule. That's the number one. You got to be ready, be focused, be ready, be on point. Number two, utilize Randall like they did versus the Cavs. How did they do that? Well, they did have him handling the ball some, but it was mostly Randall who was making better decisions with the ball. All right, he's the one person that has the size and the body to be able to compete athletically. I don't want to say one person, but he's one of the guys on the team that has the size and the body and the strength and the power and the speed to compete athletically with some of the guys that's on the 76ers, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. He has those tools, but we need him to play the way that he played in Cleveland or versus Cleveland. And I don't mean scoring 30 points. He may not. But I mean being patient, taking what's given to him, and when it's time for him to go, he goes and he goes hard. He doesn't waste time looking and thinking. He goes and he attacks it. Right? That's what we need from Julius Randle tonight. A lot of what we've seen in Cleveland or versus Cleveland. We need a lot of that. Seems like he's getting it. He's understanding it. We'll see if he can double it up. Can he do it again? That's always the challenge, but can he do it again? We'll see tonight. All right, because he's going to have the task of, he's going to have Al Horford on him. Al Horford is a decent defender. All right, it's not going to be easy for Julius Randle to just post him up and score at will in the post. Right, but Al Horford is, he's not going to be the best defender on the perimeter. So you'll be able to get Julius Randle in the move off of cuts and slashes from the perimeter, from the wing, slashing and cutting to the basket, finding him, use his speed against Al Horford. And I don't mean his speed as far as, getting him out and dribbling past him, but his speed as far as cutting past him, slashing past him, get him going downhill if we're on a fast break, get Julius Randle trailing the play right down the middle of the lane, speed, boom, hit him, he goes up. That's what we want to do with Julius Randle. He can use his speed against Al Horford, but it doesn't have to be that he's dribbling past him. He can be cutting and slashing past him. Keep the ball moving. All right? Any team that you play, not just the 76ers, but any team that you play, if you keep the ball moving, you're helping. You're making them play defense. You make them tired. You make the legs tired, right? And if the ball is moving, then all of a sudden on defense, the opposing team, they've got to have some attention to detail. They've got to be able to play defense for 24 seconds or however long you're going to hold the basketball, right? But it causes them to have to think on the defensive end. Makes them work their mind, tires them out a little bit. So we've got to make these guys work on the defensive end. We got to keep the ball moving. All right. Make Simmons a non-facilitator. I talked about this earlier. I want to make him a non-facilitator. I don't want him instructing and moving everybody around and getting the ball wherever he wants to get the ball. Okay, if we play some zone, we may be able to nullify that. All right. He'll be moving the basketball, but there won't be a lot of cuts. There won't be a lot of screening, to be, kind of make them stand still. Ben Simmons, he's not a jump shooter. He's not going to shoot a ton of jump shots. Tobias Harris isn't really hitting his jump shot. At least he's not hitting the three. All right, so I'd play some zone and mix it up the way that Fizdale has been doing. All right, see if we can utilize Ben Simmons not being able to hit that three. All right, and try to nullify him. Not only will it nullify him from being a facilitator, and I know some people's going to say it's going to make him more of a facilitator because it's not as much pressure. He'll be able to see the floor, but guys won't be moving and cutting. They're going to kind of be standing still. Right? So there's nothing for him to really facilitate. It's going to make him think and have to try to figure out what to do. All right, so we can cut down on some of that facilitation by Ben Simmons. Also, like I said, get him in position where he's going to be forced to try to score the ball. Not just backing off of him and seeing if he's going to shoot it because he's used to that. Pushing up a little bit, make him try to go past you. Send a double team when he gathers to go up to the rim. Maybe put Frank Ntilikina or RJ Barrett on him, try to force him to go in the post. You might give up a point here or there. Right here or there, you might give up a bucket or something like that. But if you can force him to be a scorer instead of a facilitator, I think it's going to be better for the Knicks. Almost the same way we did with Luka Doncic. Even though Luka still had 10 assists, still had a triple-double, we were really forcing him to shoot the ball a lot. Frank Ntilikina put a lot of pressure on him, but Luka Doncic and Ben Simmons, they might play some similar games. Luka obviously is a better scorer, but there's difference. There's difference in sizes there. All right, if you put Frank on him the whole game, there's going to be a lot of posting up. We only want a little bit. Excuse me. We only want a little bit. We got to hit the glass. These guys average 46.7, 46.8 rebounds per game. The Knicks are 46.6. We got to hit the glass. Rebound the basketball. Don't let them dominate the glass. All right, if we're not going to shoot well, we'll see. Maybe our shooting is beginning to change. All right, but we got to hit the glass. Take care of the basketball. Those two things are always important to me. Hit the glass and take care of the basketball. It nullifies fast break points. And if you're not a good shooting team and you can hit that offensive glass, the Knicks are the best in the league. They are the top team in second chance points, partly because we're not a good shooting team. All right, but we got to hit the glass, take care of the basketball. We can nullify, we can negate, we can void out fast break points. That's what we want to do. But those are my keys to the game, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my keys. I don't know if you agree. Maybe you do. I hope that you do. But you can give me a call. Hopefully everything is working enough for you to give me a call. If you want to give me a call, 516-405-2246. You can give me a call. You can tell me what your keys are to the game, what you think the Knicks need to do to win this game. All right, if anybody wants to join in the appearing, you can feel free to join in. All right, and I can get your keys to the game. All right, whereby.com/NBK. All right, and you can you can go ahead and get your piece in and let me know what you feel are your keys to the game. All right, but big shout out to you guys for joining me in the chat. Like I said, I hope that you're having a good day so far. Emmanuel C, you said Sim might be too worried about Simmons. I don't know. I am worried about Ben Simmons. I'm definitely worried about Ben Simmons because I feel like Ben Simmons could do a lot. He can do a lot. He can do a lot. He can take it inside. He can facilitate. He can go to the cup. The one thing he can't do right now is shoot. But he is the engine that makes them go. That's the reason why, I'm so concerned about Ben Simmons because he's the guy that really makes them go. He's the facilitator. He's the leader out there on the floor. And if you can cut the snake off at the head, you're going to win just about every time. Let me try to get to a phone call here. See what we're doing. Call y'all live with another one, Knicks. What's popping? Hello? Okay, maybe I'm not getting there. Okay. 1 second, caller. See if we can get this thing going. Caller, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
There we go. What's going on with you, my man? I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of breaking up a little bit. I can hear you now, though.
Okay, good. So what's going on with you, man?
Oh, man, just getting ready for this game, getting ready to work, Just want to chime in on a couple of keys I feel like we should do tonight.
Okay.
I think we should try to maybe run a zone as well. Well, my question to you right now is, what do you think about running like a box and one or like a 1-2-2 zone to Simmons as well as Embiid? And that way we could, throw a couple of different bodies out there on Simmons, such as Morris and, Ntilikina and Barrett, but still have, the zone to get back on defense and to help against those bigs, because Horford and Embiid are, problem out there.
So you said run a 1-2-2 on I
Like
listen.
a one, yeah.
No, listen. I like that. Right, I ran a 1-2-2 last night, and as a matter of fact, we ran a 1-2-2 with this young lady who, it was her first varsity basketball game ever, but she's a heck of a defender. She just puts pressure on the ball like it's crazy. And the 1-2-2, it was so effective. because she put so much pressure on the ball, she was able to nullify the ball handler, and the ball handler was their best 3-point shooter as well. He was able to nullify her, just negate everything that she was doing because the pressure on defense. That's definitely something that you can do, I think, with Ben Simmons. And that's where you can have, if you're running a 1-2-2, you have Frank up at the top putting that pressure on Ben Simmons, right? Force him to get the ball out of his hands and then see where he moves to. He's going to move somewhere. But that can help. That can definitely be a good strategy, I think, a 1-2-2. There's a lot of people that don't like zoning.
And that way,
yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel that way will be good too, as well as because we can use the zone to really not have to worry about Simmons, but make him move around, make him move, stay on the perimeter, rather and then when he passes it, go help somewhere, post dig down, dig in the post, double team or whatever. I feel like that gives us the best chance to, not let Simmons just bully our guards. If our guards get in trouble, if Dillatina and Barrett get in trouble, we'll have whether Dotson or Trier or Dennis Smith out there, and they're way smaller than Barrett and Miller. They'll definitely have problems with Simmons. So I feel like we have to try to keep our guards out of foul trouble, our big guards out of foul trouble.
Right. And I see Guillermo just asked in the chat. Guillermo just asked in the chat, do we mean a boxing one? I mean, I don't really mean a boxing one.
Yeah, boxing one too. I said that too.
You did say boxing one. I kind of think that the just running the 1-2-2 would be better than a boxing one, because then you still have, you can still have Frank or whoever you have at the top of the 1-2-2 putting pressure on him at the top of the key, and then if he does cut and they try to post him up at some point, you still got bigs down there that are able to deal with him down there in the post.
True.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that could be a great strategy.
Who do you think should draw these? Who do you think should be drawn in Embiid tonight? You think it should be Taj Gibson? I believe so. I feel like
I think that Taj and Mitch. I think Taj and Mitch should. I think they should share the duties on Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should share the duties. That way you give them a few different looks.
Uh-huh.
You give them a few different looks.
And then one more thing, because I know probably other callers want to probably the video chat. How do you think? What do you think about energy level? Like lately, like that's my whole. I don't care how many points scores or what he does. It's his energy level. How do you feel about his energy level and his activity on the court? Because I feel like the last game was probably his best game. He did do good, but then I don't know. I feel like in the second half he kind of lays back too much. I feel like third quarter I don't know.
I think I missed it. Whose energy level did you say? Whose energy level? Say that again.
I said Julius Randle.
Julius Randle. Julius Randle.
Energy level and his activity.
I still think Julius Randle has some habits that he's got to break. With relaxing on plays. You see plays where he just takes them off. You know what I'm saying? Even when he has good energy, there's still plays where he takes it off on the defensive end. Look, if you're gonna take a play off, take it off on the offensive side. Right? That's how I feel. If you're gonna take a play off, take it off on the offensive side, never on the defensive side. I feel like he takes plays off on the defensive side sometimes.
Yeah, because you can tell okay, if you can take a break on the offensive side, because you can just give the ball up or go stand in the corner, But on defense, you have to always be in it. You can't give up points you score or let your teammate down on an assignment on a rotation. So I just feel like his energy level is not always there, like his activity. I feel like I don't know. I always thought he was more I thought he had more activity than that. Maybe it's because he's our so-called best star player, and I'm just looking at him, every play now.
Right. Right.
That's not the problem I've always had with him, and I just can't figure it out because like he'll show glimpses of it where he'll just grab balls, but then other times he won't. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's a big part of it, like you just said. We're paying way more attention to Julius Randle because he is supposed to be that guy, paying way more attention to all the
Right.
little intricacies of his game than probably in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we're seeing all the
Now you're
little
seeing every
flaws. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like
Exactly.
every detail. We can see every detail, every flaw. Because I feel like, honestly, I feel like we run a good system for him to let him get off to do his thing on offense. But I just don't see. Sometimes I don't see the energy level there, even on offense. Like the want. Like last game, he did great. I seen it. Like he wanted to score. He wanted to get the ball. Like sometimes I don't see him want to get the. I don't know. Like I don't know.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. Hey, I appreciate.
It's those times when the star players get the like at the game when we're down 12 and we need a bucket. I want to see Randall call for the ball. I don't care if you make it or miss it, but I want to see you take that that initiative and take that show that effort. But I'll let you go though, Tim.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, man. Definitely appreciate the call. Looking forward to hearing from you later
Yep,
on
I'll be in
tonight.
there post game or in the
All right.
chat.
All right, later. We got Andy in the chat, man. I'm gonna get to one more call, and I'm gonna get to Andy. Then I got a film session today about 3:45. I gotta get to, so get to this caller. Y'all live with nothing but Knicks. What's poppin'?
Tim,
What's good with you, bro? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, family. Another day, another wait to see what's the tonight on the floor.
Uh-huh. Right.
I haven't called in a minute because my emotions has been roller coaster with this team. I've been traded half the team already. I've been so disgusted with the team, but we Knicks fans through and through, so we still got to ride.
Right. Of course. You know what I mean? And I get you, man. It's been a roller coaster ride. You see glimpses, you see things, you're like, okay, it looks like they can do something, and then all of a sudden they throw an egg out there. You know what I'm saying? But
For me though, it's I guess the most disheartening thing that I've seen so far with the team, and we talked about this, during the summer. I really wanted Julius Randle here.
Right.
I remember me and you talked, and I was like, big boy, big, tough, rough, and
Right.
for a good minute, he looked like a bull in a china shop. And I'm like, is it the coaching? Are they not able to get him to understand like where he needs to be on the floor? And it was all of the games except for the Cleveland game. He just seemed to find it's like they're using him improperly, and him bringing up the ball and running the offense drives me crazy.
Yeah,
When
I
I
feel
see
you.
him in that mode, I'm like, dude. And I was telling someone the other day, I said, Julius Randle is not a good passer. Julius Randle is a willing passer. There's a difference.
True. Very true.
He's unselfish, but at times when he gets the ball, and all of a sudden he wants to do his and one thing with the dribble and the this and the that, and I'm like, are you afraid to sit him down? That's my one thing with Fizdale. Eat what you kill. That was last year. Eat what you kill, and I would see. And I know you want to pep up his confidence and so forth, but what better than to run the message or give the message by sitting him down when he's doing too much?
Right. I mean, listen, we seen the same thing with Fizdale last year with Tim Hardaway. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
But it's like, dude, this is for your survival. okay? Because none of them over there, none of them, from top down, should be sleeping good at night with this team. Okay? And if it means your survival and for you to be able to get, a certain level of consistent, efficient play, especially from the dude who you gave the most money to.
Right.
You see? And it's not like I'm trying to, make Julius Randle into something that he's not, the star, whatever. I was never on that, all-star, this, that, and the third. No. Come in, come do your job, come rebound the ball, come score like how we need you to score, when we need you to score, and let's go from there. You see what I'm saying? It's like putting all of this, some of these things that they put in his head before the, can you be an all-star, can you that? Nah, can you survive till January?
Yeah, I mean, but I will say he played a decent game the last game, and not just because he scored 30, but his ability to he was getting the ball out of his hands sooner, right? He didn't force it into, he didn't just force it because what a lot of teams were doing with Julius Randle is he get the ball, he take a couple dribbles, and then they send a late double team. So he was, he'd get the ball and say, oh, you know what, I don't really have the lane. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to get it out of my hands. So he did a much better job at that in the last game versus the Cavs, But, of course, it's easier to do that when your shot's falling, right? When your shot's falling, you already got 25, 26 points. It's easy to say, okay, I'm going to get the ball out of my hand, right? But when your shot's not falling, you're not shooting as well, now you feel like, some people might feel like, oh, I got to go get me a bucket because I'm not scoring. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. So, look, we'll see. We'll see if he can continue and keep it up. I know it's something he's been working on. That's what he said. So, see.
I totally hope so. I really hope so because I can't lie to you. I've never wanted to trade a man out of this city faster than Julius Randle. I'm got to be ringing because I have been calling this man everything but a child of God. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, the dribble handoff, and I didn't see it as much in the Cleveland game, driving me crazy. I'm like, dude, do you not think the other team has been scouting the dribble handoff and watching and knowing that, well, the guy who's handing off the ball, he's not an offensive threat in the initial procedures? Like it's easy to put hands in the lane to knock balls away if you're going side to side instead of going north to south.
Feel you, yeah, no doubt, man. I feel you. Hey, my man, hey, listen.
I like what I saw out of them the other night. I know it's Cleveland, but you know what? We don't give wins back. Give wins back. So hopefully, it stays the same. Another thing, and I know this is your boy, Tim Knox. I'm almost out of patience with this kid.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance, man. Give him a chance. He's in his second year in the league. He got, he'll be all right. He's got to have a breakout game. Matter of fact, Knox might have a breakout game tonight.
And me and one of my guys is arguing about this, and he's feeling the same way you do. This is my thing with Knox. I shouldn't have to light the fire underneath.
I feel you. I get it.
I get it. Whatever else. But the effort and the energy that should be there off rip.
Nah, I get it. This might be the game. Knox might have a good game tonight. He hasn't been hitting. He might have a good one tonight. We'll see what's going to go on there. We might have a good one tonight. I want to get to my man Andy in the chat. All right, Andy. What's going on with you, man? I'm about to head up out of here because I got a film session. I'm already late to it. What's going on with you, Andy? Look like Andy froze up on me. And it could be that froze up. Probably not Andy's internet. It's probably my internet that froze up, ladies and gentlemen.
1 2 1 2.
So we'll see if we get Andy back. All right, we'll see if we get Andy
back.
Got me? Yeah, there we go. What's going on, Andy?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm gonna make it short because I know you're late and the caller was talking, some facts, so you didn't want to bother him. Wilson, I agree with your points to win the game and the emphasis. I would add a huge thing that our bigs need to stay on the ground around Embiid because he tends to work in the paint so much that guys are gonna leave the ground and gonna get those foul calls on them. And as you said, I think we need to juggle the defenses, see what works, and not only versus Simmons. It's going to be the whole team effort for them as well. So we got to juggle that from zone to man, even and switching and not switching and stuff like that. Try everything and throw everyone at versus Simmons so he can't catch up and think ahead of the play what he's going to be doing and stuff like that. And I'm really curious how they're going to work this out. If Frank is going to start on Simmons, uh, I wonder what mismatch are they going to look for? Because it's easier. Basically, they know we're going to switch, and I wonder if they're going to go. They're going to want Simmons on Morris or Simmons on Randall or whoever because that's going to be curious. And I also think that it's going to be a good defensive. Game for us because they got Horford. He stretches the floor, but he's not as aggressive guy, driving in the paint and stuff like that. He's just gonna be standing around the corners and stuff. So I think we got a pretty good chance, to at least make it competitive. And just for the whole season to this point, what maybe not bothers me. Just I'm afraid of something because we got a couple of wins, but when we got those wins, I still didn't see us playing like a really, really, really good game of basketball. We just grinded out and we got the W. Maybe the last game it was a little bit better, but I still didn't see. It was more like maybe the Cavs had a bad game than we had a really, really good game that we could, on this day. Sometimes you have games like this that on this day you can say you would beat any team, in the NBA. But I still didn't see that game from the Knicks. And I
Right.
realized that it was a better game, versus the Cavs, but I think it was more of the Cavs having a really bad game than us having a great one.
Okay. That could be, we'll see. We'll see tonight. And everything doesn't have to be about a win if we could just perform well.
Yeah, exactly. That you gotta
That'll
bring
tell a
the
lot.
effort, stay competitive, and don't get blown out because that's really bad for the morale and for the fans, man. That the
Right.
fans dictate this organization and franchise really really hard, and you see it from year to year. When the social media came on, man, this organization can't get a break, man. One game bad, and we're gonna fire the coach, and he gets a W, and we're like, okay, you got one game, of a curve, so you can stay off for this one game, but if you lose it, you're still gonna be fired, man. So the fans
Yeah.
are crazy about this,
Right.
and I think
Right.
that the organization, the front office, really hears the voices of the fans now.
Yeah.
Every year, more and more that they get, they're sticking to it, and they don't like it like back in the day that whatever the Knicks played, that they knew they're gonna be the full MSG. Maybe it's gonna be full still, but the whistles, the boos are gonna come really really soon in the season. So I don't think we can get bamboozled like that for many more years.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you, man. So what do you think? Do we get the win?
Man, I hope so, but like I said, man, I'm not giving the Knicks any more wins this season. Every win
Okay.
is
Oh
gonna be
yeah, that's
a
right.
prop
That's
for me.
right.
So,
That's right. All
so
right. Well,
I'm gonna
and
stick to this word, man. Till we get 500, man. Then
all
I'm
right.
gonna be predicting wins.
All right, cool. Andy, I'm gonna let you go, man. All right, because I got to get out of here.
Cool.
All right, I'll talk to
Yeah.
you later,
Have a
man.
nice day,
Appreciate you.
man.
Have a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this off and let this ride out with a, just listen to what the coach Fizdale has to say about this game. And this is gonna be the last thing that you hear, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'm riding off into the sunset, and I'm gonna let you listen to Coach Fizdale as I ride off into the sunset. Coach Fizdale, ladies and gentlemen.
So same lineup, obviously.
Yeah, same lineup.
I mean, do you like maybe starting to figure out some rotations and starting lineups, and is that?
Yeah, the fact that I just feel like the last 3 games we've been playing more consistently. I think it helps them now to kind of get into a role and get into a groove. Like I said, nothing's ever in stone, but for us right now to actually have, where guys are starting to kind of get comfortable in a certain place, I think is a good thing.
Do you think RJ would be as good a rebounder right away as he is for a wing?
I didn't realize how good a rebounder he was. That's why I said the other night when we played. I think it was Dallas. He didn't play that great offensively, right? Everybody would say, "Oh, he didn't score." If you go back and watch the fourth quarter, he got every rebound.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I just love the kid because he is always engaged in trying to win the game, and it's not just about him being a scorer or a playmaker and that. He's always doing something to try to help you.
He's always able to somehow rebound his free throw misses when he does miss. It seems uncanny how he can do that.
He got feel for the game, man, and his free throws are getting better. He's just solid, this ain't his first rodeo, and he's comfortable in all of these roles. He whether you play him, you don't play him, you start him, you bring him off the bench, it doesn't matter to him because he never gets messed up in the head. But I think he does give that starting lineup a sense of stability. And he's also been fantastic for Mitch. So that relationship has been really worthwhile.
I know we see him in the injury report sometimes in practice, but his age, the minutes is not concerned.
No, and I'm not overplaying him. I don't feel like I'm overplaying him minutes-wise. But we're always going to be mindful of his body and taking care of his body.
Say that stability too. Defensively, it seems like he's been an anchor for that.
He sees stuff ahead of time. That's what I said. He's seen every action you're gonna throw at him. So it's not like he gets caught off guard or like, oh, I've never seen that before. He's just been doing it for so long at such a high level defensively that I think it kind of helps that group and that he can communicate things early.
Obviously, one of the big weapons you have at your disposal is the alley-oop to Mitch. Have you been able to kind of unlock that? What is your plan?
I'm not giving away company secrets, Bonnie. I mean, but it is a weapon for us. Obviously, Mitch is a super lob threat. We've just been working at it and just working at the fundamentals of how to get to the right place, how to throw the right pass, the timing of it, the spacing around it.
With the competition improving a bit, how does that help RJ too for this next series of games where he can really?
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. We're taking it one at a time, but for him, it's going to be great. We play 11 straight playoff teams from last year. Not that I don't look at any of these teams as an easy game, but when you're going into the belly of the beast, I think for a young kid, that's a great test.
And I remember meeting him out in LA at one of those.
Combine type things, yeah.
And he didn't work that day, but I've never seen a young player, be more communicative with all the other players that came in the gym. Is there something special about his communication skills and his caring for his team?
Absolutely. It was because when we met him before the draft and had our meeting with him, I immediately I liked him immediately because of how he communicated, what he talked about, what was important to him. He's very engaging, and he's a high IQ guy. He knows a little bit about everything, but he's humble, and so that's the kind of guy that you want to be around. And I think our guys really, really enjoy working with him. Our veterans love spending time with him, but he never acts like he's above anybody.
And he wears some colorful clothes too.
Now, his fashion choices, I'm not going to get into that, but, that's not something I would particularly wear. But, yeah, a few of them got some serious fashion stuff going on.
You didn't ever coach Melo, but you coach against him a lot.
And I know him well.
You know him well?
Yes, sir.
Is it good to see him back?
I'm so happy for him. He should be back, and I'm happy for him. And he's on a playoff team, he's going to get a chance to play playoff basketball again. So I'm really happy for him, and I wish him well.
You saw him.
Did you happen to see that last night?
Huh?
Did you happen to see last night what he did?
I didn't. What did he do?
Yeah, started not shooting great, but
Well, I mean,
Yeah, setting up 11.
probably makes sense.
He had
I
5
was gonna say
turnovers.
nobody's probably done that before he sat out.
Yeah, that's a tough ass to just come fresh off the pine and jump into an NBA game. But he'll get his legs underneath him and he'll help that team win games.
Did you see him in the scrimmages, the whatever pickup
Games, Berman. Pickup games. It's just basketball.
I mean, you were
Yeah, I was there.
walking around.
Yeah, it was great. And he actually, he grabbed a couple of our young guys and was giving them pointers and stuff like that. And like I said, I got a real affection for Melo. I've all of those guys in that class, I'm really close to them.
Yeah.
The Bosch class, the Wade, Melo, all of those, Bron. I'm close to all of those guys. So to see him back playing, I think all of us are just really happy for him.